Credit Karma is this online-based company. They have a fantastic app as well too that really enables you to do something really fantastic, which is being able to kind of extract your credit scores, specifically your TransUnion and your Equifax credit scores, the Vantage credit scores, that is, not the FICO, just to be a little more specific. And they allow you to be able to first pull them for free, second, to be able to get your credit scores without any penalties or incurring any inquiries, because it's considered a soft inquiry, as of we've been sharing with you guys in previous videos. So they're really a fantastic platform. It gives you a full credit report from both TransUnion and Equifax that kind of includes all of your accounts, public records, and gives you an idea of what's your current credit score at any specific point. So the cool thing about it is that it really gives you an up-to-date, most recent picture or a snapshot of your credit report, especially if you're really kind of considering maybe shopping for a car, or maybe getting considering a new credit card, and you want to really check out your options by kind of really knowing what your credit score and what your credit positioning is at the time. There are some out there beside it that actually provide something similar. And Shiva, would you share with us?
Thank you, Tony. So the next one that is along the lines of Credit Karma, but somewhat different, is Mint. Mint.com, many of you may be familiar with. It's a financial or a budgeting app, basically to help you figure out how to manage and invest your money. And one of the tools that's included as part of that is free credit reports and free credit scores. Again, not the FICO score, rather I believe it's the Vantage score, just like Credit Karma, but it's an easy to read format. It gives you a pretty clear idea of where you are at the moment. And the convenience that a lot of people like is Mint is part of Intuit, TurboTax, a lot of you use TurboTax. Right. So if you have TurboTax, then you have Mint with your bank accounts and your 401k accounts linked, you're keeping an eye on that. And you've got your credit scores from Equifax there. So it's real convenient, all in one place. That's one of the main upsides of it. Next one would be Discover, which Tony will discuss.
Right. So, Discover is kind of really, really unique in one aspect that really differs it from, let's say, Credit Karma specifically. So while Credit Karma gives you TransUnion and Equifax Vantage scores, that is, Discover kind of wants to do something a little bit more creative, something that we use more of on the mortgage banking side of things. So we don't really so much rely on the Vantage score, we use the FICO scoring model. And Discover has been really, really kind of good with providing you access to free credit report that gives you your FICO scores, but it's only from TransUnion. But nonetheless, it gives you a really, really good idea of what your FICO score is, and they do it for free. Matter of fact, you don't even have to be a Discover card holder. You can just go to their website and they'll give it to you for free.
Yeah.
So check that out. I personally like them quite a bit. And I think they're a much easier, platform to sign up for, just like Credit Karma, And there are some out there that also do similar things. I believe NerdWallet is also pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So along those lines, NerdWallet is a personal finance website. Focuses a lot on everything from credit cards, personal loans, whatever it may be, helping you understand that. If you ever Googled credit cards or mortgages or anything, you've almost certainly come across some of NerdWallet's articles. NerdWallet does also have a platform you sign up for, which is the free credit reports, not FICO scores, and again TransUnion. So in that respect, you're getting sort of what you are with Credit Karma, but it's a really nice, easy to read format, pretty straightforward, does it on a monthly basis. And for those of you who are, really focused on sort of all aspects of maybe everything from investments to credit cards to this to that, you're just on the NerdWallet platform a lot, it can be a nice convenience to have. I wouldn't say it's certainly, Discover is a little bit better because they give you the FICO, Credit Karma is better because they give you both, but NerdWallet's always a solid option, particularly for those who shop around and look for credit. So yeah.
That's right. And we also have been getting questions about LifeLock and just, credit monitoring services for alerts, specifically fraud alerts. Identity theft has been a major problem for many of us. It has been a problem for the lending institutions as well too. So a lot of these financial service providers, they've been kind of giving us access to credit reports just so we can kind of better augment and prevent further deterioration of identity theft crimes. LifeLock has been on the forefront of that. They have been around for many, many years. I believe the company was created by a veteran who had been an identity theft victim himself. So LifeLock, in a nutshell, they help you and they they monitor your credit reports. And every time there's any kind of activity, what they do is they alert you. They actually give you a call and they inquire about whether you've actually applied for credit or something like that. And I think Shiva got some really important insight to share with us.
Sure. So yeah, as Tony said, LifeLock monitors your credit amongst other things. They monitor your identity more generally in terms of has there been any unusual activity beyond even just credit. You do pay a fee, I believe it's around $19.95 a month. Mm-hmm. Here's what we would say. We don't think that LifeLock is something most people need for a very simple reason. You have really strong protections for identity theft under the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which we've discussed, and the broader umbrella, which is the FACTA, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act.
Right.
Anytime that you find out that you've been a victim of identity theft or you suspect it, you usually file a police report, let the credit bureaus know, and all activity or all things that happen under that legally has to be removed from your credit report, and you are entitled, of course, to the monies involved back. Now, in cases where it was a really sophisticated identity thief, they opened lots of accounts, they've been doing this and that for a while, it can require you keeping an eye on it for several years. And in those specific cases, maybe LifeLock is worthwhile and has some tools to offer. But if you've never been a victim of identity theft, or if you haven't, it's been something really relatively minor on the grand scale, and you contacted the police and told the credit bureaus, and they have certain legal obligations as far as notifying each other and removing the items, then really you shouldn't have too many issues. So for the vast majority of people, we don't think LifeLock is something that you need. Now Tony's going to give you our verdict on which of all these options we discussed are the best ones for you to sign up for and get started with.
All right. Oh, thank you, Shiv. So yeah, in the spirit of creating the most educated, most informed, most savviest consumers out there, is that we look into these things. So as opposed to spending the $10 or the $19 just so you can obtain a credit monitoring service that you can ultimately get for free with Credit Karma, I would say, unless you know that you've been a victim of identity theft, I say save these dollars, on a plan towards something else. Maybe create some sort of a savings account or an investment account with that $10-20. Credit Karma gives you that. Another unique thing is that you can always put a fraud alert on your credit reports. So the next time that, let's say, anybody applies for for anything under your name and it's not necessarily and it's not you, the bureaus, what they do is they can kind of contact you and they will give you a special PIN actually to verify that's really uniquely you. So with that being said, I think Credit Karma is really a fantastic platform. It gives you more than one credit score and keeps track of them live, and it gives you updates, and you can actually set up like notifications when it comes to account changes once they happen. So I think overall it's about value. They have a really solid platform, and I say between Credit Karma and Discover, because Discover, what they're going to do specifically in addition to what Credit Karma is going to provide is give you an accurate picture of what your FICO score is. Because yeah, there is a difference between the VANTAGE scoring model and the FICO scoring model. So I guess between Credit Karma and Discover, you'll be more than covered.
Yeah, agreed. Right. Thanks for joining us. We will see you again later this week. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.